guys, Vinny here, and today is the first video of the new year, and I want to start out with a new build because I've been waiting for an item for such a long time. In the meantime, I've got it, and now that I've got it, it's actually become a very limited edition because, as I know, they're not gonna make this anymore. If you want to know what it is, stay tuned. Here's the package, and as you can see, it's long, it's thin. What can it be? I got Goes here to help me out. As you know, he's our mad mechanic who gets everything fixed, so this is the place to be. As you can see, we have a varial setup here, and this is the Bodhi Pro steez from the Float Life. And as we all know, Bodhi is no longer riding for the Float Life, so these will probably never be made again, which makes them pretty exclusive. I'm so stoked there's only 50 sets of these made. So as you can see, these rails in the front have a little bit of an angle, and then if we look at the back, there's also an angle piece, and there's also a slight drop in here. So I'm really curious how this will ride. I would like to use it as my street setup because currently I'm riding the W's, and the W's have one disadvantage if you're riding street. When riding backward, if you don't have the tilt lift kit, you still have an unbalanced board with the nose going up a little bit. I hope that these rails will counter that so that I have less trouble riding switch while freestyling. Okay, so first I have to unscrew the whole varial setup that I have here with the W's because I want this to stay together all gray, and I'm gonna use these quarters for the colored pieces which will mainly go on my trail machine. So first off, we need to disassemble this whole setup. We have disassembled the board. Goes has a very good idea here because the cable sometimes can become an issue while dragging against your wheel, and we're gonna add these little in-between pieces, I hope you can see, just to keep the cable in place and to protect it, because that's very important. We don't want anything to cut into this cable because this is the power for the battery. The setup is complete. We have the Bodhi Pro steez in place. Really curious on what this will give. A little drop and an angle on the front, which will be much more forgiving in the switch riding on the street sessions. So ayo, let's go!
Several days later.
I got that Bodhi steez set up. As you can see, we have it right here. It's about time for a test run. I'm here at the skate park. There's a few street spots around. So ayo, let's go! So I'm still riding the mission setting, and right off the bat I can feel it's really stable. It's a nice in-between solution between the W's and just straight rails. There's a bit more push, it's a bit more nose heavy, which I like. Let's look for some spots. Found me a pallet with a good nudge. Let's see what the Bodhi steez got on the nudges. So one thing I definitely want to check, if riding backwards with this thing, if the nose is still going up, because with the W's you always have this kind of nose going up when riding fakie. So let's see how it performs with the Bodhi steez. Still under the impression that the nose is slightly going upward because of the downward thing on the tail. It's better than the W's, it's less noticeable, but it's still there. I hope that that would have been fixed with these rails, but we still, because of the drop, we still have that nose going up. board or this setup is really stable on the bonks, on the body varials, even on the slides. I really like it. It's a bit more hooked in like the W's and not that straight as with the straight rails. So I really like this setup. I've never been able to stick a frontside no slide on the Onewheel, so let's commit to that and see if the Bodhi Pro steez can help out with that. Let's do that again. So what's the verdict? Do I like him? I freaking love him. I feel I have more control. I feel that I still have the, like a little bit the lowered center of gravity, but with the control of a flatboard, which is in my muscle memory, and that really makes it really interesting. I've done some switch ride-outs, which are much more enjoyable than on the W's, because the W's go bananas. These go slightly up, but still acceptable, and you get that extra push for drops and other stuff. So overall, I really like them. Looking forward to shredding some more with these rails, because it really makes my board feel like a lot more comfortable under my feet. So Bodhi, thanks for creating this, man. And on that note, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next one.